Hello, Robotics Notes fans. Happy August 28th. It is 10 a.m. on the dot, and welcome to another episode of Robotics Notes Elite Like Animal Crossing. Going to be another quiet one today. I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, and we're going to go to the beach, have a good time with our friend. I think. Maybe. Probably. Should be fine. Let's load the data. I'm off. I call out to my mom and leave from the front door. Even though it isn't noon yet, a powerful beam of sunlight rains down on my face from above. I'm glad it's nice today. I'm supposed to meet Nison at 10 a.m. Nison, not Nison. I need to stop calling her Nye. I'm going to pick her up at the JAXA employee dormitory. Since Uchigaoka Park is on the way, I plan to take care of business beforehand. I throw my stuff into the front basket of my scooter, and just as I try to put my helmet on, I notice something. The corner of the narrow garden. There are some red flowers blooming. I only now realize we have hibiscus flowers blooming in our yard. Maybe I noticed it because Nason was talking about them the other day. Otherwise, I'd never take an interest in flowers in our garden. What'd she say about them again? They really remind you that you're in the South. Yeah, that's right. Her explanation left an impression on me. Kai! Oh, it's Akiho. I guess she swung by while going for a walk. Good morning. Going somewhere? Yep. By the way, if we have club today, I'm skipping. Jeez. I mean, it's not like I have anything to do right now. How's progress treating you? I'm gonna be talking to Subaru today about Gun Build 2's design. Oh, so you've already recovered. From what? Oh, you mean the final episode of Gun Barrel? The day of the leak, Akio was so stunned she couldn't eat. It just wasn't what I thought it'd be. I was more disappointed than shocked. But I figured it'd be pointless to think too hard on it. Hee-ho. Gun Barrel is still the Gun Barrel I know and love. I'm glad she recovered so quickly. So, where are you off to so early, Kai? I'm going on a date with Nason. A date? Per Nason's request, we're going to the beach. Since when did you two get too close? Pretty recently. Don't tell me you already asked her out. Nah. Do you like her? I don't think that's quite it. She's like super strong. Oh, she's strong. Wait, what? At Kill Ballad, I mean. Kill Ballad? Oh, okay. Kill Ballad. Apparently she's honed her skills at arcades in Akihabara ever since she was in junior high. Her Yomi is on another level. She's definitely reading into her opponent's physical reactions, too. It's not just pure luck. I've still got more wins over her, but as she gets better, it'll probably be a total crapshoot. So I can't let my guard down. You sure do love your video games. Huh? Why does she seem disappointed in me? Just don't give Tenoji-san too much trouble. Akio lowers her shoulders as she walks back the way she came. Why did Aki-chan even come over here? Well, whatever. I'm gonna be late if I don't get moving. Let's do this! Akio Sinomiya perspective. Takes less than 3 minutes to walk from Kai's house to mine. Just as I arrive back at home, Kai passes by on his scooter, honking his horn. He waves at me, so I wave back. Wonder why. As I watch his back grow distant, I feel something go tight deep inside my chest. I suddenly realize that I'm squeezing the little Fink attached to my phone droid. Think back to Kai's earlier attitude. He was going on and on about games. Didn't seem like he was into Tanoji-san as a woman, but as a fellow gamer. I recall the past. I was in grade school and my sister still lived on the island. She loved playing games. She was especially into fighters. And of course, she always taught me and Kai how to play since we were constantly shadowing her. But I'm real bad at things that require fast, instantaneous responses, so I never improved. Kai, on the other hand, well, he just kept getting better and better. And suddenly, before I knew it, he and Misa were communicating using dedicated fighting game lingo. It's a language I never understood. It's a raw language that only people who live in that world can understand. Whenever they start talking like that, I just space out alone. Felt like I was lost in some foreign country all by myself. I was lonely. Kind of felt like Misa was being taken away from me. I was even jealous of Kai. So whenever those two would start rambling about playing games, I'd watch the anime Dad let me borrow. That's how I became so knowledgeable about robot anime. But I still felt left out. I'm sure the reason my chest hurts so much right now is because I feel the same as I did back then. The vast, sandy shores of Nagahama Coast are, as one would expect, deserted. The beach extends for a ways, but it doesn't stretch out into a perfectly straight line. I can't see far out. If we go farther north, my school surfing club will be practicing, but the area we're in is devoid of people. I haven't come to the beach since elementary school. Maybe that's just unique to me. Ever since I started getting attacked, I stopped hanging outside. It's so nice. We have this cobalt blue ocean all to ourselves. I turn around when I hear Nasan's voice. She had initially left to change.
Nasan's in a bikini, boldly expressing her slender body.
Nyom, 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 da-da-da-da-da-nyom, nyom, nyom. Magical girl, transform!
She has a very healthy, extremely sexy figure. My eyes can't help but be drawn to her.
Kaito-kun, please don't stare at me so much.
It's just, you're so pretty.
Hee-ho. Oh wait, hee-ho. Well, thank you very much. I gotta say, getting complimented by a high school boy is a real confidence booster. She laughs and rubs her upper arm. My arms are a little tanned. This is what they call a biker's tan. I did put on sunscreen though. Her arms look slightly brown from her forearm down. Her body is pure white, so it stands out. Where'd you change, Nasan? Change? Oh, I just took off what I was wearing on top of this. You had your bikini on already? Nasan nods with a bright smile. Well, I'm no different. If I take off my shorts, I have my bathing suit on underneath. Are you sure about this? About what? Aren't you and Aki-chan dating? No, not at all. Flash her a wry smile. Huh? Seriously? Yeah, people make that mistake all the time. Akio and I are always together. That's not because we're dating, it's because we both get attacks. We just watch each other's backs. And speaking of each other's backs, that'll be funny in a couple text boxes, trust me. So you don't have a girlfriend? Nope. Huh. Well, I guess you are a pretty weird, Kaito-kin. Wait, what's that supposed to mean? says the guy, totally aware of that. What about you, Nason? Do you have a boyfriend in Tokyo? Nope, no guy friend. My dad is actually real strict. Plus, he looks like an octopus. An octopus? If I ever tried to invite a boy over, Dad would stare a hole through him. I was focused on school, so I never experienced the bittersweet romance novel known as adolescence. Sigh. Oh, shucks. I can't let myself get all gloomy. Nason slaps her own cheeks to re-energize herself. Anyway, if you don't have a gal pal, then we can enjoy our date without a worry in the world. Hear, hear. So now that it's just the two of us, I swiftly whip out my phone droid from the bag around my waist.
It's time to duel.
The sound waves coming to and fro ring out. The back and forth rocking sounds act as the perfect background music for our silence. Nason stands there, dazed. Duel? You mean like a kill ballad duel? Yep. What else do you think? I came here to swim, not play video games. Yeah, we swim for a bit, but also go hardcore with the gaming. Kaito-kun, you really are a weirdo, Nason says with a bitter smile. She then begins to stretch out. Yes, there are a lot of folks on this island who walk to their own beat. I'm also a pretty relaxed person, so I don't dislike that kind of thing. You're a little too extreme, Kaito-kun. So you're seriously getting in there? Serious or not, I'm getting in. Nason flashes me a cunning smile. You too, Kaito-kun. She suddenly grabs my arm and starts running toward the waves. Whoa, hold on. My phone droid. My bag is still wrapped around my waist. If I go in like this, I'm gonna get drenched in seawater and ruined. Thing might be waterproof, but it's better safe than sorry. Sadly. Yeah! Nason rushes full speed ahead towards the waves. With me in tow, of course. Wahoo! The momentum causes me to trip over myself and plunge face first into the water. My mouth gets filled with salty seawater and I immediately hack it all out. I finally manage to get up to my knees and pull my face from the water. Hee! It's so cold. But it feels so good. Hee-ho! Nason is frolicking about joyfully. It's at this very moment, she looks nothing like the mature adult who works day to day. No, she looks like she's our age. Just like she's a normal girl. I watch her beaming smile. Kai, let's battle. I wonder why. But I begin to remember the girl I could never reach, no matter how much I extended my arm. Her voice, her words, her figures, her gestures. I remember it all so vividly. I remember the time when Misane was still on the island. When Akiho and I were still in elementary school. When we came to play at the beach. I've always looked up to Misane. She was the cool friend that was older than me. She was always the one walking ahead of me. And no matter how much I chased after her, I could still never catch up. It wasn't just the age gap. It was her immense talent. Because I could never catch up to her, I only grew to admire her more as each day passed. I wanted to accomplish something, anything that would have her acknowledge me. So when I was little, I secretly promised myself, if I ever caught up to Misane in some way, I'd confess my feelings to her. For as long as I can remember, I've always been serious about whatever I did. Anyways, I didn't care what it was. I just wanted to catch up to Misane and surpass her. Started playing games as one of those potential paths forward. But as if to ridicule my desperate drive to succeed, Misane ended up challenging me in all sorts of ways. To this day, I don't know if she poked fun at me because I was little or because she truly loved to play games. Misane was always about the challenge. Even when we came out here to swim back in elementary school, she was always about the challenge. Beach volleyball, swimming contests, barehanded jellyfish fishing. There was no chance that a snotty little grade schooler like me could win against the genius high schooler Misane. She made a mess of me. As for Akiho, she never took part in the challenges. She'd just watch from afar and cheer for Misane. In the end, the promise I made to myself went unfulfilled. Misane ended up going to college in Tokyo after she graduated from high school. Take care of Aki for me. The words she... Okay, car horn. The words she delivered to me before her departure marked the end of my young love story. As soon as she said those words to me, I realized it. That Misane never really cared about me like that in the first place. I was just a kid in the neighborhood who she was pals with. Those words made me realize that that was the extent of my existence to her. Her final words on the island had nothing to do with me. She simply entrusted her little sister to me. Don't get me wrong, I could and still do understand that she trusted me as one of her close childhood friends. That's why she was able to leave Akiho to me. But those weren't the words I so longed for. I was happy to be relied on, and to this day I've stayed faithful to that promise. But the fact remains that I finally understood. The moment my love story ended. Her final words signaling that I could never catch up to her. I felt left behind. And that feeling has never really gone away. Or maybe I'll continue to feel this way for as long as I remain on the island. There's not much for the two of us to do in this empty beach. If we were dating, we could flirt by the shore or sit shoulder to shoulder in the sand, chatting away endlessly. But Nason and I aren't like that. Had I brought a watermelon with me, we could have split it like the good old days. Or if we had beach balls or floats, maybe we'd have something to do. But since we decided to come here yesterday, we didn't really prepare anything. I don't even know what we're gonna do for lunch. Needless to say, there aren't any beach houses here. The closest store is about 10 minutes away by scooter. Anyway, we've already exited the water. It's only been an hour since we arrived. Didn't think I'd get exhausted so quickly. I haven't been to the beach in a while, so I've totally forgotten how to enjoy the ocean. Hee-ho, I bet when you were little you could play for hours. We lay a vinyl sheet out on the sand and sit on it. Nason has been applying sunscreen to herself. She apparently forgot to put it on before leaving the dorm. It's been a while since I've been able to laze out like this. When I go to the beach, I always wear myself out. Then I get sleepy on the way home. Nason doesn't seem the least bit bored. Now then, Kaito-kun. Oh, here we go. The text box it's funny now. Now then, Kaito-kun. Would you do me a big favor and put some sunscreen on my back? Just wherever is fine. She hands me the sunscreen. Oh, her back, eh? Nason is wearing a bikini with extremely low coverage. Her back is practically bare. Hell, I don't think I've even seen my childhood friend's back this up close and personal recently. If you want me to help, you gotta battle me. What? Is now the time to say that? This is supposed to be the embarrassing but heart-pounding moment that guys dream of. Wait, Kaito-kun, are you not into girls? How did you come to that conclusion? And I mean, you're the one asking me to put sunscreen on your back. Are you coming on to me? Hee-ho, who knows? And just like that, she's acting like an older, more experienced woman. I don't want her to get the wrong idea about me, so I just opt to help her. I put some sunscreen on my palms and gently apply it to her skin. Nasan's whole back twitches. I guess it must tickle a little. Oh man, my stomach feels a little weird. Her skin is elastic, smooth, warm.
It feels good to the touch.
You don't have to be so pro about it. Just put it on wherever. I can feel the vibration of her voice through her skin when she speaks. Once I'm done, let's battle. You're so persistent, Kaito-kun. By the way, don't people usually lie down and untie their bikini strings for this kind of thing? As for tanning oil, not sunscreen. You put that on when you want to get a nice brown tan. Huh, I see. I hand the sunscreen back to Nasan before doing a quick sweep across her back like she told me to. Thanks. So, how'd you like touching a young maiden's fair skin? Are you really gonna ask me that? Hee-ho, you're blushing. You're so cute. She starts poking me with her finger. Since she's the one teasing me, I decide to unleash a lighthearted counterattack. Fine, I'll tell you. Your skin was smooth and soft like a marshmallow. To be perfectly honest, I wanted to keep going. Huh, 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 huh. Crap, I think I just dug my own grave. This is more embarrassing than I thought it'd be. Wait, why is Nasan the one blushing? What happened to her whole mature, experienced woman thing? We sit in silence for a while. It's pretty awkward. Kaito-kun, are you... Nasan breaks the ice, but she's no longer blushing. She's kind of smiling, actually. She also sort of looks like she's on the verge of tears. Her expression is somewhere in the middle. She seemed pretty bummed about me leaving for Tokyo. Yeah, I guess. Do you want to come with me? Huh? If I were to invite you to come, what would you do? Nasan doesn't look at me. She instead gazes out at the horizon. What's she thinking? What's the meaning of this question? I feel like she's looking into my heart. It feels like I don't understand Nasan as well as I thought I did. I gently close my eyes. That day 6 years ago, I was still a kid, and Akiho was entrusted to me. I couldn't chase her. I didn't have the means to chase after her. What about now? I could go if I wanted. I could go alone even. Ignoring the specifics. I could go right at this moment. No, I don't have any money, and I've done no prep. That's right, I'm not prepared. Back then, 6 years ago, if I could have, I would have wanted to go with her. I still feel that way now. But even then, what have I accomplished these past 6 years? I think I've been able to uphold the promise I made to Misane. But back then, I gave up on my feelings, my hopes. I had to. I've had lots of chances to make them become a reality since. In 6 months, I graduate high school. But how much prep have I really done to follow her to Tokyo? I open my eyes. The sunlight brightly reflects off the sand. I don't know. That's the only answer I can squeeze out. I'm utterly hopeless. I see. You might just be looking for someone to play games with. Someone to play games with. You're the type who can't get serious until you have an opponent to beat. I don't think she's wrong. But Nasan looks at me. The smile on her face is a little lonesome. I can't become someone's replacement for you, Kaito-kun. She saw right through me. I knew it. She's on a different level. She's not just pretending to be an adult. That day, our date came to an abrupt end before noon. Nason told me she had fun with her usual smile, but I knew better. I knew she was just being polite. Nason is an adult. I'm still a child. That's all there is to it. And that is another episode of Robotics Notes Elite like Animal Crossing. That scene is real. I really liked this day. I think this day is a very good microcosm of like the entire video game. That is another episode of Robotics Notes Elite like Animal Crossing. I will see you all in a few days. I believe there isn't another episode until August 31st. So I will see you all on August 31st. But until then, no Geo.